Imagine living in a home with absolutely no privacy or trust. On today's case, Mrs. Washington says not only is her husband punishing her for her past, but he treats their home like a military base. She says if he doesn't ease up and start acting more like a husband and less like a drill sergeant, she will be the one marching out of this marriage for good. Let's hear their case.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Washington versus Washington.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Washington, you say you're here because your husband is going through a midlife crisis and you've had enough. You say that since turning 40, he's turned his sex drive up to an 11, started running your home like Fort Knox, and is now preparing for a second life as a male exotic dancer.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Washington, you say your wife isn't perfect either, and there is nothing wrong with having a healthy sex drive. You say you want her to focus on doing the work of staying together.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so, Mrs. Washington, what brings us here? Because you all have been together a long time. 15 years together, married for 10 years. You have 11 children together. Y'all have built a family. Why are you in divorce court?
Well, Your Honor, since he's turned 40, he's going through a midlife crisis. He's become very overbearing with our life and things. We've been together for 15 years, and he expects that same energy. But we're older now. We have way more kids. And he's even trying the paternity of our kids, you know?
What?
And it's just, I'm done with it. Like, he has to get it together today.
You're not trying to fix it. You're not trying to fix it. Before we came, we had already spoke about this, about the paternity of the kids, the security on the house, and protection. When I first met Tasha, she told me all she wanted was protection, love, and for me to provide for the family, and that's what I've been doing.
He does a good job.
Together, now we're long, we've been together 15 years, and now all of a sudden it's a problem, and I'm just doing what she signed up for at the beginning.
Let me go all the way back, because Mr. and Mrs. Washington,
yes,
we didn't get here with folk being mad at each other overnight. What happened to go from 15 years ago when you both had so much in common to you end up here today? Mrs. Washington, why don't you start?
Okay, well, first of all, let's start with Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day this year is also my birthday. It's 2 days after, on the 16th. So we live in Las Vegas. We got us a suite at one of the rooms on the Strip, you know what I'm saying? And so we were just out walking, and there were some ladies out passing out flyers. The flyer was not just a flyer. It was a flyer for him to audition to be a male stripper.
Oh, she thought your man was that hot?
She thought he was that hot. I think he that hot, but
objection.
Wait, one second.
But still, she came up to him and passed him out the flyer. I understand him getting excited about it and like, okay, I still look good to be a stripper. But no, he was really considered like being a stripper. He started waking up at 6 in the morning.
I'm just trying to provide for my family.
Now he gets up at 6 in the morning doing this like little pre-workout around the house, pushing up and all this. Then he goes to the gym.
But wait a minute, Mrs. Washington. What's wrong with him wanting to stretch his wings? If he can make it as a male exotic dancer, do you not want him to do it?
Exactly.
No, I don't want my husband gyrating his body and women all up on him, touching. Like, I'm jealous. I want to do that. I want to be the only woman on him.
So that's where we're having the issue right there. Okay, Mr. Washington, what do you say?
First of all, Your Honor, I have been practicing. I bought me a Navy outfit. I have a firefighter outfit. And so I've been, I got a police outfit like him, too.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, I like that. You wearing that. I see you, boy. So, but
he hasn't even did a show for me. Like, he went and bought all this stuff. It'd, like, be different if he was doing this for me.
I asked to do a show for her.
Up and just started doing this all of a sudden.
I asked to do a show for her on Valentine's. I had it all prepared. I had my baby oil and everything lined up, and she didn't want to do anything. So she got upset about the flyer,
I
and
thought
now
he
she's
was
taking
kidding.
it personal.
And then when the woman came up to him and then offered
I'm just trying to provide
he
for
was
my
gonna
family.
surprise me, but he could have just went ahead and did it.
I got the moves, and she
It's
know,
not about
and
no
she know I
moves.
got the moves. Can I show you the moves?
It is not about no moves.
I don't want to see not damn move, not nowhere.
Okay, well, just show her one move, then.
Okay, see, now you done gave me permission.
Okay,
because what's not going to happen is I'm not getting in trouble.
Hold on. I'm gonna hit him like this, Judge.
See, that's the problem.
Hit him like that.
See, that's the problem.
Come out that tie like this. Ooh.
See, that is the problem, Judge. That is the problem.
You feel me?
See, he want to do all that, but he don't be doing all that on me. That's
But I did ask her to dance for her, to be honest with you. I told her I wanted to make some more money to provide for our family.
This was all after the girl came to him with the flyer.
It was an opportunity. It was an opportunity that came about, and I decided.
And then she slick winking and talking about contact me and all this. I was like, no, you gonna get a contact, all right.
Okay, Mrs. Washington. Notice that I said Mrs. Washington, and I want to remind you why I say Mrs. Washington again and again. Because that's your husband right there.
Yeah.
So no matter what he does and moves and grooves, he coming home to you unless you telling me something else. And I have all of the documents.
Exactly.
And I haven't seen in anything that anybody says that this man is unfaithful or that he has been cheating or he has been catting around.
Exactly.
Y'all live in Sin City, but I don't see in any of my paperwork.
He's been good. He been good.
Okay, so wait a minute. Let me tell you something. My late mother, before she passed, I was complaining because my husband has a habit of leaving his socks on the floor. My mama said,
preach.
If that's all you got to complain about, you might want to be quiet. So, Mrs. Washington, I have to tell you, rarely do I at least see two people that I know are meant for each other. So we're going to be solution-oriented here today. There's not going to be any breaking up. Y'all are I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna end my day on a happy mood because y'all are not breaking up. Y'all are gonna figure this out if we have to sit here all day. I know you're not gonna break up.
I love what we have. He's like my best friend. He is my everything.
You think I can't tell that in 5 minutes?
And we built our own family.
But the issue is, it's not like it used to be.
Okay, so now let's get into that.
The sex is off. If you be honest, the sex is off.
Not off.
She's sleeping all the time.
I'm a whole super mom. We have 11 kids, 6 kids still
Your
at
Honor,
home.
she's in a bonnet.
From 17 to 6, we
Your
got
Honor,
twins.
she's in a bonnet and robe by 8 o'clock.
Home.
By 8 o'clock.
I
And when we
am not
first
even
met,
nowhere.
we used to be up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, kicking it, laughing,
We was
having
clubbing
fun.
and all that. That was before all the kids,
Now
though.
she's in the bed by 8 and sleep by 10.
I've been a hardworking mom. I have did all that for my kids. I support my husband and everything. I want my life back.
The issue is she thinks she's too gorgeous. She's gotten a little older. She did have my children. She looks phenomenal. But the thing is, she thinks she's like God's gift to men now.
I think you both enjoy the attention. I think you both are feeling yourself right now.
No, wait a minute. First of all, Judge, like I said, we got all these kids. Our youngest is 6, they're twins. They just went to kindergarten where we got all the kids at the house. This is the first time in 10 years we have never had a kid in the house.
Can I show you a video?
No. One moment, I would like to hear from your wife.
So during the daytime, while the kids is at school, he wanna do it like 3 and 4 times a day while they is at school, like all these nooners and if we like going to run errands or something, he'd be like, wanna do it in the park? He'd be like, wanna pull over and do it in the car and stuff, like we little kids and stuff, like we are whole adults. We go, okay, you know in Vegas they got heck of adult stores. So we go to adult stores, we like entering new things into like our sexual
We spicing it up.
We spicing it up, but like he doing too much spice. He want to do like the extra spice and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He's trying to put in the Lowrys right now.
Yeah, he trying to put in the Larrys, like
Most
for
definitely.
real. It's like
Okay, so Mr. Washington, let me see if I can interpret what your wife is saying. She loves you.
Yes, ma'am.
She still finds you hot.
Yes, ma'am.
She loves that you are amorous and you want to be with her as much as possible. But you
do.
also have to understand that for the first time in a very long time, it sounds like in the last 10 years, she may have a moment to just say, whoo.
yes.
Here she go.
I am 45.
Oh, here she
no,
go.
I look good. Look at
You
me.
do?
I look good.
You do?
I've been a good parent. I've been a hardworking mom. I have did all that for my kids. I have supported them. I support my husband and everything. I want my life back. I have gave everything to them, and it's time for me. I look good. I feel good, and he should support me in
She's
that.
getting her life back, but without me. She's gotten a little older. She did have my children. She looks phenomenal, I admit. But the thing is, she thinks she's like God's gift to men now.
I just want to point out the following. When we started this conversation, it was about you having a midlife crisis, Mr. Washington, and you feeling yourself because some chicks on the street rolled up at you and told you looked good enough. I don't need you to co-sign either now. Okay? Some chicks rolled up on the street and told you looked good enough that you could be in a male review in Las Vegas. But you say that your wife who looks good can't take time for herself.
It's not that she looks good, it's that she wants everybody to see her. She stays on social media.
Excuse me, from what I understand, if you are at a male review...
Thank you.
I think you both enjoy the attention. I think you both are feeling yourself right now.
I'm definitely feeling myself.
And I'm not mad at you feeling yourself, but guess what?
And it's to provide for my family.
Holla, it's 11 kids in. We're gonna figure this out.
It's some issues about the paternity. It came back 99.9%.
You have not showed me one piece of evidence to suggest that this woman has stepped outside of your marriage. If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. Can we move to these two issues that are still bothering the heck out of me? What's up with the military lifestyle?
Oh my God. Okay. So he was in the military. He was a Marine for 4 years. Okay, so that is like, in our household, it's like me and the kids enrolled it. It's like we enrolled it in the military.
Protection.
If you just walking your dog and you walk past our driveway, it's gonna say,
what's wrong with cameras on the house?
You're not even in our yard. So if you come up and you walk to the door, when you get to the doorbell, it's gonna say, you are being recorded. You are being recorded. I got it, I got it. I submitted the tape.
Uh-oh, she's got evidence. Let's go to the videotape.
Camera recording.
On the inside of the house, there are cameras everywhere throughout the house except for the bedrooms and the bathroom. It's to the point that when the kids are doing something, there's an intercom on it. He can go on his phone and see what we're doing at all times. If they're like, he'll come on and be like, he'll scare the heck out the kids like, what are y'all doing? Like he God or something. What are y'all doing? Get up and clean y'all room. I brought the footage. I submitted the tape.
Baby, this is more evidence than I'm used to.
I submitted the tape.
I can't believe this. What y'all doing in my living room? Get out my living room.
Thank you.
Where they supposed to
Where
be?
the kids at now? Where they at?
Where they
at?
supposed to be in the
Gone. They
living
don't
room?
even be knowing. They be like, oh my God. And they just take off running and stuff. They don't even be knowing.
You see what she's complaining about?
No.
I always
Wait a
tell her,
minute. I would just like to understand this. I heard in the beginning of the testimony, just so that I'm clear, that when you all got together, you told him that you wanted a man that would be a good provider who would protect the family. Did I miss that?
Thank you.
That's what I heard.
That's correct, Judge.
That's all I'm doing.
Right.
I'm protecting my house.
A bad neighborhood. I had a rough childhood, and I wanted someone that could take it where I would feel secure and safe.
Be careful what you ask for. You might just get it.
I got it, too. I want the cameras on the house.
I'm just doing my best to protect you. I just wanted to make sure you were straight.
I love that about you. I love that you take care of us like that, but I just don't want you to overdo it. I just don't want to feel like a prisoner in my own home.
So guess what? You can compromise.
He wants the best for us so much that he can kind of like overdo it.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do, because we're going to get a compromise in here, because, you know, Mr. Washington has said he wants to get that sex life back on track.
Oh, yeah.
So that the intimacy is fun again and more frequent. Let's see if we can't do some wonderful compromises together as you all go and take time for each other.
Before we do any compromise, I just want to say, it's some issues about the paternity of our kids.
What? Wait a minute. Y'all 11 kids in. What are we talking about
Okay, we
now?
11 kids in. We had 3 kids apiece before we met each other, and we had 5 together. So the 5 that we have together, it's some issues about the paternity.
What do you mean there are issues about the paternity?
Okay, well, he be saying little stuff like he don't know if them his kids.
Prove that I'm the father.
He told me, okay, no, Judge, okay. With our firstborn, I had a paternity deed because he was on this. He was like, I don't know if them my kids. First of all, he said they don't look like him. They look like me. The girls act like me. I know they do. They little mini-me's. But my boys look and act like him, too.
The situation is, women are so slick these days. You never know if they're doing something and you can't catch them in the act. Because, you know, you can't catch women in the act.
Well, he kept me barefooted and pregnant every year, so I wasn't doing nothing but having kids.
What women brag about the most is men, when they do their dirt, they're sloppy, they're messy, and we get caught. But women are smooth and
okay, well, I
slick
did the paternity
and so
test
now
for
I'm
our first
nervous.
son.
So now I'm nervous.
Judge, it came back 99.9%.
Did you hear
He is the father.
99.9. It didn't say 100%.
Okay, Mr. Washington.
It didn't say 100%. It said
Excuse me. Because you have school-age children, all of them now. What you're not going to do is to deny these children in open court. That's not gonna happen. Unless you have some reason to doubt your wife's faithfulness, then you're not going to deny these children. That's not gonna happen, not up in here on my watch.
The situation is just a 99.9%.
That is ridiculous. That's what the DNA results say.
Why is it not saying 100%?
It's 1% saying
Why is it not saying 100%?
Guys,
excuse me,
seriously.
when I am speaking, everybody's going to be quiet, okay?
Yes,
Sorry,
ma'am.
Judge.
Mr. Washington, when DNA results come back, and I've seen literally thousands of them, you know, I was a former homicide prosecutor. And when I was a prosecutor, I had DNA results, blood test results, fingerprints results. Those are lab reports that come in. And every lab report that I've seen
100%.
is 99.99%.
You never seen any 100%?
No, that's not how DNA works. So, you do realize that you're
99.9.
being silly. You are really being silly. And more importantly, you're being insulting to your wife. Now, I was very willing to compromise on you being overbearing on the cameras. I was very willing to be compromising on you saying you needed to have more amorous sex life. But what I'm not willing to do is to allow you to insult this woman who's been with you through thick and thin, who you both have said that you love each other, who you have raised 11 kids with, and you're gonna cast aspersions on this woman when she has not done anything. You have not showed me one piece of evidence to suggest that this woman has stepped outside of your marriage, and you know that.
And that's
so
hurtful
why
to
would
me.
you do that?
Judge.
That's very
Why
hurtful.
would you do that,
Judge,
sir?
I didn't have any evidence on the lady I dated earlier in my life.
Did you marry her?
I didn't have any evidence.
Did you marry her?
I was thinking about it.
He holds me
I was thinking about
accountable
it.
for the one
She was.
Did you marry this other person?
No, ma'am.
Do you have 11 children with this other person?
No, ma'am.
Do they cook, clean, take care of your kids?
No,
Is
ma'am.
that the woman that holds you down the way this woman has held you down?
No, ma'am.
You owe her an apology. You need to look at your wife and say, I don't doubt you, baby. I know you love me, and I know those kids are mine because I want your kids to one day see this and be proud of their daddy. You owe her an apology.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to come at you like that. You know, I got issues. I got trust issues, but I apologize.
I take his
And
apology.
I love you.
I love you too.
To rebuild the trust in a relationship, you have to have a willingness to work on the relationship. You both have said that. You have to create new memories together. If he can get into the review, let him try. It might be cute. And you be the woman, because you standing up there going, that's all mine, all mine.
All
chicks.
mines. Do you
all
hear me?
mine,
All
chicks.
A-L-L. All
That's
mines,
what you're
baby.
supposed to do. Remember that people can be trusted. I don't know what happened between you and that other woman, but that is not your wife.
Yeah.
That is not the mother of y'all's children.
Yes, ma'am.
Ask for what you need. Tell him what you want in a relationship, like you're telling her what you want. Be vulnerable with each other. Look at each other and remember what brought you together, what kept you together, all of this. You have to reignite that connection between you. And guess what, people? Focus on the future. Life is too short and life is too long when two people who clearly belong with each other can be in here wasting time. You better take your wife out to dinner tonight and you better rock his world.
I'm gonna rock this world, baby. Thank you, Judge.
You heard what she said.
I'm gonna rock your little world. Don't
She
worry
said
about
you
it.
better rock his world.
And no, you heard what she said about them kids too. You better get it together.
Babe, it's all good, but for real, listen to me. We done went in front of the judge, we talked. Let's start working on it for real, for real. Let's just get it right, babe, for real.
Okay, give me
For
this.
real, babe.
I got you. I love you.
Robert, you know I'm not supposed to be biased, but I love them so much. They are the perfect match for each other. Yeah, they have some little ups and downs, but they are two peas in a pod. And they really are happy together. They have a couple of little bumps to get over, but not bumps that they can't get over. I think they're gonna work on it, and I think they're gonna be successful. I know I'm pulling for them.